Budgeting. It's a word that can send shivers down the spine of even the most enthusiastic entrepreneur. But let me tell you, if you're starting a new business, budgeting isn't just some tedious task you can push to the back burner. It's the backbone of your operation, the foundation upon which you'll build your dreams. Imagine this. You've got this brilliant idea, a product or service that you believe could change lives. You're excited, you're ready to dive in, but without a solid budget, that excitement can quickly turn into chaos. Let's break it down. First and foremost, budgeting gives you financial control. It's like having a map in a new city. You wouldn't just wander aimlessly, right? You'd want to know where you're going and how to get there. A budget helps you track and control your expenses, preventing that dreaded unplanned spending that can derail your progress. You know those moments when you see something shiny and think, I need that for my business? Yeah, that's where a budget steps in and says, hold on a second, let's think this through. Next up is cash flow management. Picture this. You've got bills to pay, employees to compensate, and maybe a few unexpected costs that pop up like uninvited guests. Knowing when and where cash is needed is crucial. A budget helps you anticipate these needs so you can meet your obligations without running out of funds. It's like having a safety net. You're not just juggling balls in the air, you're planning your moves, ensuring you don't drop anything important. Then there's goal setting. A budget aligns your financial resources with your business goals. It helps you prioritize investments that drive growth. Think about it. You wouldn't just throw money at every idea that pops into your head. You want to allocate your resources wisely. Your budget becomes your guide, helping you focus on what truly matters for your business's success. Now, let's talk risk reduction. Every entrepreneur knows that surprises can come from every corner. But if you've established a budget, you can anticipate costs and prepare for unexpected expenses. It's like having a secret weapon. Instead of panicking when something doesn't go according to plan, you're ready to tackle it head on because you've already thought through the what-ifs. So, how do you create a budget for your new business? Let's dive into the essential steps. First, estimate your startup costs. These are the one-time expenses that are necessary to launch your business. You've got legal and registration fees, equipment, office space, marketing, and initial inventory. Create a detailed list of everything you need and do your research. And here's a pro tip. Always add a buffer of 10 to 20% for those unforeseen expenses that seem to pop up out of nowhere. Next, project your monthly operating expenses. These are the recurring costs that keep your business running day to day. Think rent, salaries, utilities, marketing, supplies, insurance, and administrative costs. Be conservative in your estimates, especially if you're just starting out. You don't want to find yourself in a situation where you're scrambling to cover costs because you overestimated your revenue. Speaking of revenue, let's talk about forecasting it. This is where market research comes into play. You need to understand industry trends, competitor performance, and customer demand. How much can you realistically expect to make? Set your pricing strategy based on costs, competitor pricing, and what customers are willing to pay. And remember, especially in those early months, it's better to be conservative. Building a customer base takes time, and you don't want to rely on overly optimistic sales estimates. Now, let's determine your cash flow requirements. Cash flow is the lifeline of your business. You need to know how much cash is coming in and going out. Estimate the timing of your inflows and outflows. When will payments from customers arrive? And when are your expenses due? Establish a cash reserve to cover at least 3 to 6 months of operating expenses. This reserve is your cushion for those unexpected costs or slower revenue periods. Setting financial goals is another critical step. These are your targets for revenue, profit, and growth. You need to establish revenue targets, profit margins, and even specific targets for reducing expenses. And remember to set SMART goals. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Having clear benchmarks will help you track your progress and keep you motivated. But here's the thing. A budget isn't a set-it-and-forget-it deal. You need to monitor and adjust it regularly. Conduct monthly reviews to check your actual expenses and revenue against your projections. Adjust for seasonality and be ready to identify and resolve any issues early. Use accounting software or budgeting tools to simplify tracking and analysis. Let's not forget the key components of a business budget: sales and revenue projections, fixed and variable costs, one-time expenses, profit margins, and an emergency fund. Each component plays a vital role in ensuring your budget is comprehensive and effective. Now, I know budgeting can feel overwhelming, but it's essential for your new business. It's about managing finances, allocating resources wisely, and supporting sustainable growth. So, start small, prioritize your spending, stay flexible, and don't hesitate to seek expert advice if you need it. Remember, budgeting is not just about crunching numbers. It's about creating a roadmap for your business. It's about building a foundation that can withstand the challenges of entrepreneurship. With a solid budget in place, you'll be well on your way to turning your vision into reality. So roll up your sleeves, get to work, and embrace the budgeting process. Your future self will thank you for it.